Hey everyone, and welcome to, well, this. It's 2025, things are pretty weird everywhere, and honestly, we're all just trying to survive the day without accidentally liking a 10-year-old Instagram post from high school. But in all this craziness, there's a big problem affecting countries all over Europe: corruption. Get ready for our list of the top 10 most corrupt European countries in 2025. Before you get mad and say your country should be number one, hold on, we didn't just randomly pick countries. This list is based on serious stuff like reports from experts, data from Transparency International, and honestly, how many times we had to Google, what's a Swiss franc? Corruption is like cheating, but on a bigger scale. It's sneaky stuff like bribery and stealing money that belongs to everyone. It messes things up for everyone because it makes people lose trust in their governments and stops the economy from growing. So get ready, because we're diving into the messy world of European corruption. And to any politicians watching this from their fancy vacation homes built with your money, we see you. We all do. At number 10, we have country A, a country that seems to think transparency is just a fancy word for plastic wrap. This year alone, country A has had more scandals than a celebrity gossip magazine. We're talking shady government contracts going to friends and public money disappearing like magic, while regular people can barely afford a loaf of bread. One ridiculous example is the Minister of, well, let's just say synergy and optimism, because that's about as clear as their job description gets. This minister was caught red-handed trying to move public money into a fake company, owned by their dog. Look, we love dogs, but even we know that's messed up. And the best part, when they were caught, they just shrugged, said it was a mistake, and promised to look into it. Spoiler alert, nothing happened. Instead, they got a cushy new job as an ambassador to Fiji. We bet they're working on their town with your money right now. But it's not just the politicians. In country A, businesses love to bribe people. Want to get ahead? Just slip some money to the right person and watch the deals come rolling in. The sad thing is, country A has a lot of good, hard-working people who deserve better. They deserve a government that works for them, not against them. They deserve a system that's fair, not rigged for the rich and powerful. Coming in at number 9 is country B, a place where the line between criminals and the government is blurrier than your vision after a 3-day party. Seriously, trying to understand corruption in country B is like trying to herd cats wearing roller skates. It's chaotic, messy, and you'll probably get scratched. At the center of this mess is a group of politicians, rich people, and shady business owners who are basically cartoon villains. We're talking about people who make lying and cheating look easy and who would sell their own grandmothers for a better table at a fancy restaurant. For example, there's the Prime Minister of country B, who looks like he was carved from a block of cheese and has the personality of a wet sock. This guy actually said that corruption is just how the free market works. That would be funny if it wasn't so sad. And then there's the Minister of Finance, who used to own a casino and loves to make money disappear. This guy could sell anything to anyone and then convince them to sell it back for more. Let's not forget the super rich people pulling the strings behind the scenes. These are people who got rich when the Soviet Union collapsed, and now they use their money to buy power, silence anyone who disagrees with them, and make sure the corruption continues. Sliding into number 8 is country C, where corruption isn't just a problem, it's like a national sport. It's like trying to get a pizza without paying for delivery. Sure, you can try, but that's not how it works. In country C, it's not just a few bad people, it's the whole system. It's full of loopholes bigger than the English Channel and held together by bribes, favors for friends, and good old-fashioned dishonesty. Want to build something without waiting forever? Better have a present for the clerk. Need your kid in the best school? A big donation to the principal should help. Trying to get out of a speeding ticket? Well, let's just say the police can be very understanding if you know what we mean. This culture of corruption is everywhere, from the lowest level worker to the top government officials. It's a system where you're expected to give gifts for everything. Who you know is more important than what you know, and the rules are for everyone else, and it's causing serious damage. Corruption in country C makes people lose trust in their government, stops new businesses from starting, and scares away people who want to invest in the country. It's like building a house on sand. Eventually the whole thing will fall apart. Chapter 4. Country D. Europe's problem child. Holding steady at number 7 is country D, the country that's like that embarrassing relative everyone tries to avoid. You know, the one who shows up to family events drunk, tells bad jokes and might start a fight? That's country D. Everyone's been watching country D become more corrupt, and they're a mix of annoyed and worried. It's like watching a slow-motion car crash. You know it's going to be bad, but you can't look away. Other countries have tried to punish them, taken away their diplomats and given them warnings. But country D doesn't care and keeps doing whatever they want. The European Union has threatened to stop giving them money, but country D just shrugs and says, fine, we'll find someone else to play with. International organizations have tried to make things more transparent, but country D just ignores them. The problem is that country D's corruption isn't just their problem. It's a problem for the whole world. It's a place where criminals hide their money, where organized crime thrives, and a weak spot in the fight against terrorism. Chapter 5. Countries. E. The high cost of corruption. Taking the number 6 spot is country E, where corruption is like termites eating away at a house, except it's eating away at the economy, jobs and public services. It's like a parasite slowly killing the country. Corruption in country E scares away people who want to invest money because nobody wants to do business in a place where the rules don't matter and everything is rigged. It creates a situation where only businesses with connections succeed while honest people struggle. It's like trying to run a marathon with a heavy backpack. You'll get tired very quickly. The people of country E are the ones who suffer the most. Roads and bridges are falling apart. Hospitals don't have enough supplies and schools don't have enough money. Society is falling apart and it's up to the people to fix it. Chapter 6. Country F. A nation fed up. Right in the middle of our list at number 5 is country F, where people have finally had enough. Imagine a pot of water slowly boiling. For years, the people of country F have been dealing with corruption, but now they're at their breaking point. People are protesting in the streets, demanding an end to the corruption that has been plaguing their country. They're tired of their hard-earned money disappearing into the pockets of corrupt officials. They're tired of a system that rewards connections over hard work. They're tired of being told to accept the unacceptable. Social media has become a place for people to voice their anger with hashtags like #enough and #cleanup, or country trending everywhere. Journalists and bloggers are risking their safety to expose the truth about corruption, even though it could be dangerous for them. The government, used to doing things in secret, is now facing more scrutiny than ever before. The people want change, and they're not giving up until they get it. Coasting into the number 4 spot is country G, where the government's plan to fight corruption is basically to do nothing. It's like watching firefighters stand around a burning building, drinking coffee and arguing about which fire extinguisher is best while the fire gets bigger. Sure, they have laws, agencies with fancy names, and occasionally a government official will say something about how bad corruption is, but it's all for show. The system actually benefits the very people who are supposed to be fighting corruption. Investigations into high-level corruption are about as rare as finding a unicorn. Everyone talks about them, but nobody ever sees them. And when cases do go to court, they take forever because nobody actually wants to do anything. It's like the fox guarding the chicken coop. The people in charge are more interested in protecting themselves than serving the public. And while the people of country G suffer, the government doesn't seem to care. Chapter 8. Country H. The media's fight for transparency. Winning the bronze medal in our corruption Olympics is country H, where a brave group of journalists and news outlets are fighting a David versus Goliath battle against corruption. They are the watchdogs, the truth-tellers, the ones who risk their lives to expose what's really going on. In a country where the government tries to control what people see and hear, and where journalists are harassed and silenced, these brave people keep doing their jobs because they believe the public deserves to know the truth. They dig through mountains of paperwork, find secret sources inside the government, and risk everything to expose the lies and abuse of power that have become commonplace. They are a thorn in the side of corrupt officials, a constant reminder that nobody is above the law. Chapter 9. Country and the people push back. Coming in at a close second is country 1, where the fight against corruption has become a movement of everyday people who are fed up and demanding better. They are students, teachers, doctors, lawyers, shopkeepers and farmers, regular people who have come together to take their country back from the grip of corruption. They organize protests, use social media to spread their message, and form groups to expose corruption and hold those in power accountable. They understand that fighting corruption is everyone's responsibility. It requires speaking up, refusing to be silenced, and demanding change. Chapter 10, Country J, A Nation Adrift. And finally, the unfortunate winner of our most corrupt European country in 2025 is Country J. Country J was once seen as a shining example of democracy and progress, but now it's drowning in corruption. Corruption in Country J is everywhere, like the air they breathe or the water they drink. It's like a disease that has spread to every part of the government and society. The consequences of this corruption are terrible. Businesses don't want to invest there because they don't trust the government. The economy is suffering because corruption makes it hard for businesses to grow. And saddest of all, the people of Country J have lost hope. They don't trust their leaders or believe things will get better. Outro, the fight continues. Thank you for watching our countdown of the top 10 most corrupt European countries in 2025. Look, we know this wasn't exactly a fun time. We didn't even make any jokes about croissants and briefcases. But this is serious stuff. Corruption is dangerous and hurts everyone. It destroys democracy, makes people lose trust, and stops progress. But we can fight it by talking about it, demanding that our leaders are held accountable, and supporting those who are fighting for change. We can make a difference. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. And let us know in the comments which country you think should have made the list. Because let's be real, there were a few close calls. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay skeptical.